Join me as the cars are lining up for the 3A race here at Anglesey, and as you can see, conditions are not improving. If anything, they're getting slightly worse. The wind is starting to pick up, and that's really going to make the racing exciting as the cars battle between each other and try to slipstream to get past. Brian Trott takes pole position. It's over to Richard to take you through the rest of the grid.
Thanks, Lloyd. It's dry in the comms box, mate. You need to get yourself up here. Here's the grid. Brian Trott and Ollie Allwood on the front row from Will Blackwell Chambers and John Langridge. Row 3, Patrick Lay and Roger Shano, Martin Tolley and Teddy Clark next from Charlie Burge and Jason Greatorex, Patrick Collins and Paul Tucker. Row 6, Row 7, Stephen Foden and Adam Craig, Stuart Brittle and Oliver Robinson next from Ben Hansey and Richard Collins, Clive Powles and Anthony Hutchins next from Matt Pickford, Adrian Burge and Simon Orange. Filthy weather conditions for our final Group A race of the weekend. Watch for the lights on the gantry. They're on now. A relatively long wait before the lights go out, and the drivers will be keen to get this one over. It was starting to rain on the previous race. You saw how things changed in that one with Sam Smith going off the circuit at turn 2. The banking, well, multiply that because it's look at the rain on the camera lens, the spray that the drivers have to deal with as well. And yet again, all of the drivers through turns 1 and 2 safely with no incident. I take my hat off to all of the BRSCC Mazda MX5 Championship runners. Great racing. Brian Trott, though, is the leader. So Patrick Lay looking for a different line there in the green, white and red car. Will Blackwell Chambers is second. Oliver Allwood third from John Langridge. And then I think Teddy Clark up into 5th place, the man from Colchester. Look at the choppy sea in the background, and the race leader is Brian Trott. Now it gets a little bit fraught as they go into Rocket for the first time. Martin Tolley in the mix there as well. Teddy Clark looks at the inside line of John Langridge. Clark with the all-blue fronted car, the white and blue car of Ollie Allwood immediately ahead. Patrick Lay side by side with Martin Tolley going down into Peel. Jason Greatorex in behind, but it's Ollie Allwood at the head of this little trio, and John Langridge coming downhill, looking at Teddy Clark, who was in the B group for all of the races prior to Snetterton. Made the jump up into the A group at Snetterton and has stayed there. So Clark, very clearly a driver making progress, and he's having a look at the moment at Ollie Allwood, who, remember, is one of the big championship challengers. The top two, though, Brian Trott still there from Will Blackwell Chambers. Trott started pole, Will Blackwell Chambers started in 3rd place. Ollie Allwood at the moment is 3rd, but coming under pressure from Teddy Clark, who's looking very impressive in these wet conditions. On to the last lap. Teddy Clark has been a revelation here. It's so good to see new drivers coming to the fore, and Clark in the wet, in the Blendini Motorsport prepared car, has driven an absolute blinder. Will Blackwell Chambers, the championship leader, is in 2nd place and he's going to pick up more valuable points. John Langridge has got the fastest lap though, back on lap 7, so Langridge will get 2 points for that. John's running in 4th place at the moment behind Brian Trott, and ahead of Brian it's Will Blackwell Chambers and this man Teddy Clark, who looks as if he could be on his way to a first win. What a story, what conditions he's had to deal with in this race. Clark started, I remind you, in 8th position on the grid and has picked his way through. It's been a superb drive, and he's at the outer reaches now of the GP loop, goes downhill. He'll have the left-hand bend, which will bring him onto the main straight and the checkered flag. The nerves are going to be jangling, I reckon, for the Colchester-based driver who finishes his 6th race in Group A with a win. He goes on to the main straight. He's got it. He's taken the win. Superb stuff for Teddy Clark. Will Blackwell Chambers is 2nd. Look at the applause from the pit lane. Brian Trott in 3rd from John Langridge and Patrick Lay. Jason Greatorex takes 6th position. Then Ollie Allwood, Patrick Collins and Paul Tucker. Clive Powles completing the top 10. Langridge fastest lap. Congratulations, Teddy Clark. Great win for you. 11th goes to Simon Orange. Then Charlie Burge and Ben Hansey, Martin Tolley, Stephen Foden in 15th from Adam Craig, Richard Collins, Oliver Robinson, Anthony Hutchins and Stuart Brittle completing the top 20, Matt Pickford and Adrian Burge completing our finishers.
Teddy, what a fantastic result here. You must be really pleased with yourself. That was a fantastic drive.
I never ever expected to be at the front of the A race. I spent the first 4 rounds of the season in a hire car right at the back of the field in amongst 50th place. Went along to purchase my own race car, obviously made a massive difference. With Blendini Motorsports' help, it's got me to the front. I want to thank my sponsors, Varley Red Top Racing, K&N Air Filters, AC Maintenance Services, and I want to thank my super wife who's absolutely mega. She's mega. I want to dedicate that race to her.
Well, the rain is really starting to come down now as the 3B cars are lining up to go out on the circuit. It's going to make racing really exciting. Max Norfolk on pole position. Richard will take you through the rest of the grid.
Thanks, Lloyd. Max and Sam front row of the grid. Adam Bessel on row 2 with Josh Jackson. Row 3, Mike Comber and Simon Woods. Clive Chisnell and Mike Close next from Bryn Griffiths and Jason Taylor. Paul Hughes and Charlie Rawls are next. Then it's Paul Austin and Nick Ledoyen. Jake Stiles with Dale Whiteman next up from Ivan Leary. Courtney Milnes and Sam Smith at the back of the field. One has to say, a little bit of a consolation race here for Sam Smith, starting off the back. Ivan Leary and Courtney Milnes immediately ahead with their non-finishes in race 2B as well. Look for the lights. There they are. The start marshal, keeping them waiting a long time. They'll want the race to be over for sure. A little bit of a stalled start there for Clive Chisnell, who gets away, and he's down towards the back of the field, is Clive, so he'll be hoping to make progress from there. As we look back from Michael Close, who had a good start in 1:17, already ahead of Simon Woods. Woods started on the row in front of him, and he's having a quick look to see if he can go through, make a move on the outside line. You can see Nick Ledoyen in the mix as well, in behind. Really good shot here. As you look back, you can see that banking, but we're going down into Church, the sweeping right-hander. And everybody, again, super starting here. I have to really take my hat off to all of the drivers as Mike Comber goes up into second place now. Comber in second. There is Simon Woods in 101, but it's Sam Gendy in 69, who, remember, had a fastest lap in Group A in race 3 at Brands Hatch. Gendy, we were kind of expecting Sam to maybe have a better run of things with that fastest lap, but certainly could well be in for a decent result here. This is the exit of Rocket, very slightly uphill as they head down in towards the Peel bend. The right-hander dips slightly down at Peel and then massively downhill into the first part of the corkscrew. So 31 car going through shot, Bryn Griffiths, then Clive Chisnell making progress now. He's managed to get up ahead of Paul Austin in the yellow 30 car. So the two teammates battling it out here on the last lap of the race. Mike Comber and Sam Smith from the back of the grid. It's Smith in front at the moment. Comber's going to have a look here on the inside line. This is a great move and goes through, but can he hang on to it as they go around the outside line into Rocket? Smith in 36. 1:58 Mike Comber. Sam Smith's got the fastest lap so far. That was on the penultimate lap, and Smith goes a little bit wide, and Comber sees the gap, goes through, takes the lead. So it's Comber there. They're really dealing with these wet conditions superbly. It's almost like the red and white arrows here. Formation racing between the two of them. Comber's got in front. Sam Smith's going to try and charge back through on the inside line. Gets his nose in front, but Comber might find a bit more grip on the outside. And that will also lead to the inside on the furthest corner where our camera is now. Let's see whether Smith can get back in front. Filthy conditions for our final race of the weekend. Comber takes a confident line and looking for that grip on the outside line. He's giving his teammate plenty of room, and Sam Smith side by side with him now. It's the run down the hill, and Comber's going to have the inside line unless Smith can get across. They're side by side. Smith squeezes him, still leaves him room though on the inside line. They're teeing themselves up now for the left-hander, and it's Comber who goes through and takes it. Comber exits the last corner in lead position and he's going to take the win. There's the checker. Comber wins it. Sam Smith in second. Third place goes to Sam Gendy. Josh Jackson is going to finish in fourth place. No judicials this time either. Comber from Smith and Gendy. Josh Jackson next from Michael Close. Max Norfolk sixth from Simon Woods and Nick Ledoyen. Clive Chisnell in ninth from Charlie Rawls. Then Jake Stiles and Ivan Leary. Paul Hughes next from Jason Taylor, Bryn Griffiths and Dale Whiteman, who completes the finishes. And the standings look like this. Will Blackwell-Chambers ahead of Ollie Allwood now up into second place. Then Brian Trott from Martin Tolley and Josh Jackson. Charlie Burge completing the top 6 from Patrick Lay and Paul Tucker.
Mike, Sam, that was a fantastic race. Some great scraps there all throughout, but certainly in the last couple of laps between the pair of you.
Yeah, no, it was great. I knew Sam would come through. He's been a good driver in the wet in the early years in karting and stuff. So we do a lot of sort of wet racing at corporate karts and stuff. And yeah, it was just one of them races really. And once he got near me, it's just when none of us wanted to each other to win it. We wanted to be the winner. So and just at the end, I got the right run and got past him. He made it hard, squeezed me, but it was brilliant. Absolutely fantastic race.
And I guess that's a good thing about the MX5s, is that it is close racing.
Absolutely, yeah. The cars are very equal, as we found out this weekend, and cracking race. I think we rubbed mirrors about 4 times in that race, so I couldn't have driven him off the circuit. I wouldn't have done that to him. But no, I think speed-wise we're identical. It was a cracking race, best race I've had all year. That was, so loved it.
Well, there's proof that the BRSCC Mazda MX5 Championship provides close racing no matter what the weather conditions. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to you joining us next time when the action comes from Croft.